Okay, evening everyone. So, I was watching a video by Chris Capoon recently, and he had a lovely little, a lovely oval-shaped padlock that I think had been sent to him by the Irish Lockpicker. Now, that was a German padlock, and it was beautifully made, and Chris picked it very nicely. Now, some of you may well know, if you've watched some of my other videos, that I'm a real fan of the oval shaped padlocks. So I thought I'd do a quick run through all the oval shapes that I've got and show you some of the varieties and maybe have a quick discussion about them. Very quick run through, hopefully. So let's start with the first one I ever bought, the Belfry. Now, I've done a number of videos on the Belfry, this one in particular, or this style, and the internals in particular. It's a lovely lock, it's well made. I have to say, I saw a chap on Facebook recently who was lamenting the fact that he'd sold a variation of this one, which was laminated on eBay several years ago for very, very little, and I'm quite gutted I wasn't collecting locks at the time because I just snapped his hand off for it. So there's the Belfry, beautiful little lock, really solidly made, very nice patent about the design and manufacture of it, beautiful shape. So let's go on to some of the other British makes. I've got two locks here by Lowe & Fletcher. They're both stamped with the Lowe & Fletcher brand on the trademark on the front. Interestingly, the larger one is a 2-lever, the smaller one's a 4-lever. They're subtly different in shape, but again, two lovely English locks in the oval shape. So let's have a look at some of the other ones I have, which are also British. We have Zenny. Now, Zenny is a Walsall Locks and Cart Gear brand. This one's a solid brass body. I think it's a steel shackle, but it's a solid brass body, push fit with 4 pins in it. Decent weight to that one, really, really solid. Try to squeeze them all into the camera here. Actually, hang on a second. Oh, there we are. That gives me a bit more space. Right, okay, so some of the other slightly more interesting brands that I've come across. This one. Now, this is a Reliabel. Yes, that is how it is spelt. RELY-A-BELL. Now, supposedly they were an alarm company, and I haven't got very much information on them, although I did find some on the internet. I might put a link up if I find the page again. But again, a lovely chunky. This one's like a lot of them, double skin front and back, and a nice solid side. So chunky lock. Let's have a look who else we have. Right, so this is a WEP brand. Now, I've not come across anywhere any information about who the WEP brand is. It's almost got the same shape logo as Heinz, with the sort of half a, well, eighth of a circular square front on it. I think you can see that saying WEP brand. I don't know who it is, I have no key for it. It's meant to be a 5-lever. I can see 5 brass levers in there, and a nice chunky bolt mechanism. So one day I'll pick it and make a key for it. So there's that. I have a number of unbranded locks that have a similar shape. This one is brass, although it seems to have been given a coating. Don't quite know what of, but it is brass. It's a secure warranted 4-lever. Very similar shape, I suppose, to well, not quite that one actually. Probably to the Reliabel one, little squarer rather than the classic oval. So that's a beautiful lock. Now, I've come across these two again, totally unbranded but beautifully made. I have 3 in this style, and they all got brass fronts to them, so the front plate and rear plate are brass. Then you go into steel, they're laminated down the sides, really chunky rivets, beautifully designed, beautifully manufactured. It's 5 levers, I've got a key with most of them I think. Really chunky, really heavy duty. I have no idea who made them. They're obviously mass manufactured, because I have, as I said, 4 or 5 of them in the same design. So someone's pumping them out from somewhere. They look old, they feel old. I don't quite know anything about them. If anyone does, give me a shout. Similar design, but sort of, I would say almost navalised. I would say this was something to do with you know, salt water, predominantly because the front and back are, they're double plated, but they look like they're galvanized steel. They've got that sort of zinc or galvanic patina to them. It's then got a solid brass body, and that's cast. You can feel the weight in it. It's not a plate, it really is a solid brass brass sides. It unlocks very, very nicely. It's got a big chunky brass bolt. It has what I think is a brass shackle, although it seems to have been chromed, and at some point it was painted battleship grey. So I'd love to know where that came from, but again, absolutely no markings on it whatsoever. Just to prove that the Brits aren't the only people in the game, I have 2 German locks. Now, this one here is an oval, again, chunky design, nice chunky rivets, beautiful keyhole cover, 4 levers, Germany at the bottom there. So, again, nice and solid, very similar in shape to the Belfry, slightly smaller. There we are, slightly smaller but very similar in shape. Then I have this one. Now this I think was very similar to the one that that Chris picked. This one doesn't actually have any information about where it came from, but I'm 99% sure that this design of keyhole cover with this beautiful pattern is German. I've got one that says foreign on it. I'm pretty sure the version that the one that Chris had Germany stamped on the back. I'm just having a quick look at mine. I don't think it does, but it had the same keyhole cover, and again this one feels a little bit more industrial. I've had to put some lubricant into it because it's had a bit of a hard life internally, but lovely lock, beautifully made. Again, I'd love to know who that was made from. And last but not least is my little Diddy. My little Diddy oval shaped lock. Now I've done a little video on this one before. I think it's a total fake. If I'm going to be honest, I think it's probably been manufactured from parts dotted around, or if nothing else, that keyhole cover has been put on afterwards. But saying that, it's lovely. It's got a very simple warded key. Hopefully you can see that. Very simple warded key. It goes in. It does work. It unlocks. Shackle opens, and it locks again. But I'm pretty sure it says WR on the keyhole cover. I'm pretty sure it's not a William Regina or William Rex. Age, I don't think it goes back that far. If it does, I'll be fascinated. But anyway, those are my oval locks. I have, as I said, I've probably got 4 or 5 of these Belfries. I've got 2 or 3 of these brass fronted ones, and a couple of these German ones in addition to the ones you see here. My all-time favourite shape of lock. Yeah, can't say anything else really. Love the old English squires as well, but that's because of their history and the information you can gather about them. These ones just intrigue me because of the shape. I love the shape, and I love the fact that they're really chunky and they're just designed to look good and work well. So that's everything from me tonight. Hope you enjoyed that little canter through oval shaped locks. All the best, good night, North Star.